What's good? Trav from WeGotBeats.com, and this is FL Studio 12. I haven't got to really work with this much lately, but here we are doing a review video, and I haven't really messed with it too much, so we're just gonna kind of explore. I'm not gonna really do a beat making video. Maybe I'll make a little something. I don't got my keyboard hooked up or anything. I just loaded this up. I want to kind of explore with you guys, and if you're on the fence about getting FL Studio 12, maybe we can see how we can overcome that. I've been a Image Line, Fruity Loops, FL Studio guy ever since I got into producing and making beats. I started off like mini producer, getting a cracked version. I started with, I believe it was FL Studio 4, maybe 5. I can't remember exactly. Maybe it was 3. I don't remember exactly. But I started out with, actually, now I think about it, it was the demo version. And back then, back in like 2003 or whatnot, there was no YouTube, no tutorials. Everybody was so down on FL Studio and any program to make beats. You weren't a real producer if you didn't have an MPC or a keyboard, a Triton or anything. No, if you made your music on a computer like this, you weren't considered a real producer until Ninth Wonder came and shook the game up, and then everybody started respecting FL Studio. So I've been doing this a long time, and I kind of taught myself the program. So, seeing it like this is just kind of mind-boggling. I mean, look at this mixer right here. I mean, this is totally different from what I'm used to. And I'm going to have to kind of relearn some of this stuff because it just looks so different. Kind of makes my eyes go cross-eyed, to be honest. We got the playlist right here. It's pretty much similar. They changed from the block structure, the traditional legacy blocks back in, I think it was FL9 is when they changed it from the block structure. I remember they had the playlist like this on the top, and then you had the block structure, and then they changed it completely to just this, no more blocks. But anyway, as you can see here, I mean, even though it looks different, there's pretty much the same stuff is going on here. You have your patterns, tempo, counting down before recording, arming it for recording. This is all, what I grew up with. This is all same normal stuff. Here's your metronome. We got, yes. Yes, I do. Thank you.
4 cups.
Yeah.
You good?
Yes. Asking for coffee. Anyway, we have, pretty much everything that's normal. One thing that I did see, and like I said, I haven't really explored this too much, but I guess you can customize some of this to see what you want to see. And how to do that, I really don't know how to do that, but we have, oh, what's this? Oh, this is interesting. Tempo tapper. That's interesting. I like that. That's a nice little feature. Open plug. I did notice this about the plugins, because how I usually used to do it. Let me go over here to okay, they call it the channel rack now. All right, it's not the step sequencer. It's just the channel rack. But this is different, because how I used to load up my plugins is right click. I would either go to insert or replace, and I do like how they have this nice and organized now, but my installed plugins are not here. I can't, it doesn't say installed, and I get Nexus, I get Contact, I get Hypersonic, I get, Philharmonic. I have to, either open this plugin picker, which I don't like doing that. I really don't like doing that. It's just too much CPU being involved. Or I come over here to the browser and go to the, hold on, let's go to all and we'll go to the plugin database, install generators, VST, and then scroll, and then we have Nexus, and then we drag it in. So I'm going to have to get used to that. I mean, that's not what I'm used to doing at all. That kind of messes up my flow. That's one complaint, though. Just one. I'm sure there's plenty of positive factors that come into this. Like, for example, when we go here, new from template, if you are a machine head, a lot of my homies are machine heads. They got templates for machine right here. I'm an Akai, a loyal Akai user. All right, I have the MPK. I go old school with the S950 sampler. So, you know, I probably won't get much use from this machine template, but if you fuck with the machine and you also fuck with FL Studio, well, there you go. You got a whole new template just for you. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out, like, you know, what's different, what's new. I mean, obviously we can tell that the, you know, interface has changed quite considerably. Let's go here. Okay, browse all installed plugin. Okay. And then let's say I want to load up waves. All right. Or actually, let's go here. Okay. We're on the master channel. We're going to load up that parametric EQ to get some of the high frequencies and low frequencies, you know, shave it off like I usually do. I'll save this as my own personal template like I usually do. But this is what I usually do whenever I get on a new FL Studio, is have my own template, and I just do this so that whenever I load it up, you know, this is normal, you know. So there we go. You know, I could probably get used to doing that. I don't see it as too much of a pain. Linking channels. I did see something about one of the FL Studio videos, the image line videos, of how you can link the different channels together, and I can't really describe it. I'd have to experiment and look at the video again, but that looked pretty helpful, and you know, just some cool new shit. But I mean, if you are an FL Studio head and you've been on this for at least the last couple versions, you know, it's pretty much the same shit. You know, it really is. It's pretty much the same old, same old. I got a question from one of my artists the other day about recording on FL Studio, like doing vocals and stuff. You know, can you record on FL Studio? And I said you could always pretty much, I mean, except for like the, you know, beginning versions of Fruity Loops, you can always record on FL Studio. It's just the process, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you lag. It's really not meant for vocals like that. I mean, remixing and shit, I could do that, but to actually record a whole session on, I'd much rather go to my Pro Tools and fuck with Pro Tools, because that's just a pain in the ass trying to do it. But if you really had no other option, there you go. Here's another thing. Notice I just went to channel 1. Look at this. This is how you link it. So they kind of have this whole little old school wiring effect going on, sort of like in Reason, where you wire stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's try. Let's just say this was. Let's say I wanted to create a group, okay, and we're gonna call this drums. All right, make this the drum group. All right, and let's just load up a couple just random drums. All right, just to show you, you know, how some of this shit would work. Okay, we'll go in here, just some random ass drums. We'll just make a little drum beat real fast. We're not gonna really go into anything too complicated. This is the channel, and this is going to be something that I'm not really used to. I mean, we're gonna have to. I mean, this whole interface is kind of mind-boggling, but it does look nicer. I will give them that. It really does look nice. It's just way different from what I'm used to and what I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we have a kick, a hi-hat, and a snare. Now I drag mine out to to double beat. So, like, for example, since we're in double time, we're at 140 right now. This is 2 bars. You know what I'm saying? So I like to drag my drum patterns when I start out to do it like this. So that's a little bit different. Used to, you had a little knob right here and you would jump that up to 16. Now you just drag it like this however you want to. Okay, so we're just going to do a little drum beat. It's not going to be anything spectacular. I'm not trying to blow your mind like, oh my god, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to do all that. We're just going to do this. Fill in each 2 steps. So this is what we got. Simple drum beat, okay? Now we're going to select all these channels, all right? And Control-Shift-L, and we put those channels into the mixer, okay? Now notice these are all being linked to the master channel. Now if we wanted to do a group, we don't want these individuals linked to the master channel. Why? Because we're linking it to the drum group. All right, and then the drum group is going to be linked to the master channel. So, you know, used to this was a little bit different. You would just select and click. Now you have this. All right, so let's. No, we don't want to do that. Let's see. Okay, so it is sort of similar. All right. Okay, so it is similar. It's just the interface is a little bit different. So I'm telling you guys, if you've been working on FL Studio for years and years and you're kind of like at that expert level, just because this interface has changed does not mean the workflow has changed. And you can get used to this. So I just linked all these to the drum channel, and then the drum channel is to the master. So let's take a listen. Okay, so anyway, this is just a little tutorial, if that, just kind of like going through and showing you if you're a little bit on the fence about FL Studio and you're a FL Studio head and you're like one of those guys like, man, I want to upgrade. I'm still on 8, man. You might want to upgrade, you know what I'm saying? If you buy FL Studio like I have, you get free lifetime upgrades. I mean, you might as well. I mean, the thing is, you know, I came up on cracked versions of FL Studio, and you know, I made so much money off of this program that's almost like, I mean, I'm already committing robbery, right? But it's just, it's unhonorable, it's dishonorable to, you know, not, you know, you're making all this money with this program, you're following your dreams, but you're not going to pay the people who developed this and made this possible for you when you couldn't afford any equipment back in the day. I mean, it's because of FL Studio I'm here today. So it was only right for me to go ahead and purchase the program. So, you know, if I was you, if you're an FL Studio head and you've been on it for years and you got a cracked version, I'd say go ahead, get yourself, buy it for the little, you know, $200. If you're a producer, you can make those leases add up and go ahead, save up, and buy the shit. You know what I'm saying? And now you got free lifetime upgrades like I do, and I'm so happy for it. So, and the other thing is, don't worry about the shit because it's like the same thing. Just because the interface changed, you know, it's the same workflow. So, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to start working on a beat because I know my CPU is going to fuck up if I try to make a true beat making video. So, this is just a little tutorial just showing you guys what's up with FL Studio 12. If you need those banging ass beats, go to wegotbeats.com, wegottrapbeats.com. This is Trap from We Got Beats. Go do that now. Take care.